And without further ado, we're going to get into the pregame for our Lowkey versus Doogile match. Both of these runners declined an interview, but we have some very exclusive, unique content featuring both of them. Stay tuned. I haven't seen this, but I know what it is. I'm very excited. And I hope you guys will be too.
Welcome everyone to the Bridges duel between Lowkey and Doogile. Will this be a preview of the match we see today? This is a Bridges duel on Hypixel. First to 5 wins. Doogile on the red, Lowkey with blue. Looks like first fight here, and it looks like Lowkey will be taking out Doogile for the first kill. Doogile using his strength as a block placer to just go right past Lowkey, and Lowkey can't do anything about it. That'll be a quick first score for Doogile. Lowkey threatened. Lowkey brings out the bow himself and is able to knock off Doogile before getting a quick 2-0 lead. Doogile back. A lot of pressure. Goes for the shot. Misses. Takes the fight. On the side. Underneath. Able to make a second score. Doogile, quick lead up 2-0. Lowkey's going to have to get it together here. Doogile really showing off the bridging. But it doesn't matter if he doesn't win this PvP fight. And Lowkey decides to fall off the map. Is Doogile going to be able to score again here? Around, quick fight, and that's a win for Lowkey. Hopefully he can start to regain some pressure. Fight cleanly won for Doogile there. Still not able to really pressure and get a score. Playing very carefully, eating gapples, winning 1v1s, but not able to score. Trying to go underneath for the third score of the game, and will be able to make it 3-0 Doogile. Doogile heavy favor coming in based on his bridging presence. Not surprising to see an early lead here. Can Lowkey bring it back? Quick fight! Doogile down. Can Lowkey capitalize? Doogile looking for anything. Is it going to be enough? No. Lowkey is going to score. Get the first point of the game for blue. One is a good start, but it's not going to be enough. Lowkey able to not die, but Doogile able to clean up the kill. Pressuring again heavily. Another kill. Another heal. Again, very defensive. Going to try and sneak underneath. Gets another kill, and that will be the 4th score for Doogile. What a lovely use of block placement there to get head hitters in and then still be able to secure the kill on Lowkey. Doogile taking another fight. Is this going to be the game? Gapples looking for the opening. Tries to go down to the side. And decides to place blocks and doesn't clutch. Oh no. Doogile not able to capitalize. More pressure from Lowkey. Gets the kill. Gapples up. Is this the opening? Another score here would be big to really make it a game. Looks like Lowkey will be able to score here. 4-2 in favor of Doogile. Big fight here on the top. And it looks like Lowkey wins again. It's going to be another quick score here for Lowkey. Huge combo on Doogile. Able to sneak in. That'll be a 3rd point. And just like that, it's a real game. Doogile has to pressure. Does not want to lose the game. He was up 4-1 in. Lowkey goes underneath. Doogile sees it. Is Lowkey quick enough? Gets caught out. Oh no. Lowkey rushing back. Doogile. Is Doogile going to be fast enough? Doogile falls. And Lowkey scores to tie the game. 9 minutes left. It's a tie game, 4-4. Next point wins. A lot of high ground fights. A lot of early apple shots. Doogile here with a huge opportunity. And it's not going to be enough. Lowkey wins the fight. Wow. Keeping it even. Is this the moment for Lowkey? Doogile. Lowkey gets stuck on a block. Oh no. Lowkey eating a gapple. Going to try and sneak around the left side. Doogile aware. Doogile trying to mine through. Lowkey almost saves himself with blocks, but is not able to. Doogile another quick kill. Sensing the opportunity. Misses the block clutch. Unfortunate. Oh, very aggressive from Lowkey here. This could be the moment. Doogile dead. Lowkey backs up and gaps. Could have potentially just ran it in. Maybe didn't think he had enough time. Another fight on this high terrain. Doogile gapping again. Knocking off Lowkey. Is this the moment? No, stopped. And Doogile is killed. Doogile is killed right before entering. Trying again. Very pressuring from Doogile. Lowkey having to do everything he can. Doogile, another opportunity. And that'll do it. Wow. What a play from Doogile and Lowkey. Absolutely incredible Bridges match.
Surely Feinberg would never mute.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
I didn't even
That's all I
unmute.
gotta say.
It's all good though.
That's all I gotta say.
I didn't unmute. I was
No,
letting guys. I was
just-
letting Nerdy react to the
Yeah,
clip.
that was my honest reaction. That was my honest reaction.
Dude, the ninth goal took longer than the first 8, and that was not scripted. Oliver said that the plan was to have them play 3 mini games and like do a best of 3. And the Bridges duel was so good that that was like just the whole video, because like it was such a good duel by itself that there was no point in even playing others. So, Nerdy, do you think this is a foreshadowing into how the match will go? Do you think Doogile takes an early lead, Lowkey tries to make a comeback and can't do it? Or do you think it'll turn out differently?
No. I think
You don't think it'll turn out differently?
I think
Can't just say
I think we're
no.
gonna get a 3-0. I think we're gonna
Wow.
get 3-0. That's what I think.
From who though? You have to say who.
Who do I think is gonna get the 3-0?
What do you mean? Who do you think? If you say 3-0, you have to have someone in mind. You can't just say 3-0. It's very polarizing.
I'm saying that's what I'm feeling right now. You know, I'm just feeling like a sweep, just to be very contradictory. I guess it's gonna follow the pattern of the video, and it's gonna be Duke, but there's not gonna be. I think it's gonna be a 3-0. Duke's just gonna win 3-0.
Another 3-0. Wow.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get another 3-0.
Before we get into our game and our seed selection, we do have the Fulham recap of these players' experiences last weekend if you weren't here with us. So we'll send it over to Fulham to break that down for us.
So here we go into game 1, looking at Lowkey first and foremost. Lowkey makes a small mistake in his very, very first seed, getting a slight bit tricky with this 2x1. Going for it, makes a couple of small errors, losing a door here, placing a block there, slightly incorrect, and ends up placing an obsidian in the wrong spot. We analyzed this last week. It doesn't actually seem to be his fault, as when he actually placed the final lava, he was looking at the correct spot. Pause it at the perfect frame here. The lava is meant to be placed next to this obsidian, but because of quirky Minecraft, sometimes fluid mechanics go a little bit wrong, and for some reason, the obsidian was placed in the entirely wrong location. It was placed down here. Unfortunate, it does happen every so often, but he did have a diamond pickaxe. It wasn't a major issue. CrowPro, we also analyzed this small section here, getting the wombo combo of double skeleton, double wither skeleton, pigman, getting attacked from all left, right, and center. Big struggles going on, and gets double peaked by these skeletons, and sadly does take a death around about 5 minutes in, meaning that Lowkey is able to play safe, half bow, and finish out this seed very, very comfortably, while CrowPro has not, in fact, blinded as of right now, meaning that he's just able to take this first seed very, very easily. Game number 2 for Lowkey, consistently gaining time across the entire seed, however, does make another mistake. In the end, goes for this 0, and does die during it. We're going to see that happen right here. Too low, goes for an explosion, and I believe the dragon just gets too low, and he just dies. Yeah, going for this bed, which I believe we analyzed last week, was unnecessarily placed underneath the anchors, and we actually see this death occur right here. Not able to see this one out, but CrowPro, sadly, blinding and digs down to 2 blocks above the starter staircase. Sadly, this starter staircase was at an absolutely unfortunate location. It was just 2 blocks away from where CrowPro dug down to. Meaning that after a pearl to the surface, the eye goes straight back down, so he's ready to dig down to exactly where he just dug up from, and sadly does take a death. And the first and only forfeit we have seen, even though Lowkey was actually dead and had to reset the entire seed, he takes the second seed and the victory. So Lowkey, maybe... We didn't see too much from Lowkey last time. Potentially could have made more mistakes in that second or third seed. CrowPro could have had a comeback. However, Doogile versus Danny Boy is the next seed to analyze here. We see that Doogile preemptively pearls towards this fortress, only on 9 obsidian. So we see him have to travel back, losing some food on a precious food seed here, with very little food from this temple. Danny Boy, however, with no pearls on the hotbar, unable to clutch out that pearl hang from earlier. Doogile with one of those extended hunger resets, as we've seen earlier, with very poor food saturation, has to travel back, but not all is lost, does dig down and saves all of his materials, goes for the perch, and just has that gap over Danny because of that death in the overworld. As we can see here, Danny very, very ahead in this seed. Doogile unable to get that 20th obsidian, very high behind when leaving the bastion, and Doogile misses the stronghold by standing on the incorrect blocks. Danny has an insane one cycle, as we analyzed last week. Somehow clutches it out, even while this Enderman decides to teleport into him on a 4-bed. Really, really tough one cycle to try and handle here. You can actually see this Enderman teleports through him and stops him from exploding this 3rd bed. Was really complicated, very peculiar one cycle, but was able to clutch it out with the sword in the end. Literally 1 health point away from this dragon flying away on the next hit. But Danny is able to clutch it out, takes it to a seed 3, something we weren't able to see. Doogile, Danny was playing arguably better up to Chalice, but Danny does leave on just 1 fire res. Doogile taking advantage of those strays, and that 1 fire res does come into play right there as Danny dies on the dig to the 2nd portal. Doogile, back dragon, simple one cycle apart from that though, gets the anchors prepared, 6 explosives, absolutely comfortable for Doogile, and takes it 2 games to 1. That is the analysis for this section. Lowkey versus Doogile. I think that Lowkey made a few more mistakes in his seeds. However, Lowkey was able to take it 2 games to 0. Doogile had some insane opposition versus Danny Boy. Arguably could have got a little bit luckier in Doogile's games, though, with a couple of fire res issues, a few mistakes coming out from Doogile. This is going to be a really interesting match. Of course, Lowkey, seed number 1, I believe. So, just to make sure this does get hurried up, let's throw this back over to Feinberg and Nerdy. So, best of luck to both of these runners.
Very nice recap, and I'd have to agree with Fulham's points there about how, I mean, both of these runners, like, Doogile had an incredible match against Danny Boy's semifinals from season 1, playing in the round of 16, and it was very close. So, and Lowkey 2-0, also our rank 1 player in season 2. Doogile is the current season 3 ranked 1 player. So 2 rank 1s, Clash of the Titans. I'm excited. I think we get into the seed pick bands, see what these runners are thinking, and just I'm ready to get into the match. Another shipwreck ban, Nerdy. We're never gonna see it. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, it's disappointing. You know, it's disappointing. This is like the boring match. You know, sorry, not the boring match. The boring bans. I didn't mean boring match. I'm sorry. This is a very exciting match. Like unironically, this has to be one of the best. But this is the boring bans. Come on, can we be more creative than this? Banning ship and desert temple is like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? This is Yeah, yeah. I'm already falling asleep. No, I'm just kidding.
But if you take it in context of the players, it kind of makes sense, you know? Like they're both
no, it makes
very
sense. Yeah, no,
any
absolutely.
percent players. Like they're not quirky like that in the
Yeah.
categories that they play and the seeds that they play. So it makes sense that these are the bans, but it
Yes.
is unfortunate to still yet to see a shipwreck seed. But I'm ready to get into it. I
Let's do
hope our
this.
runners are ready to get into it. I hope our viewers are ready to get into it. I mean, this is going to be. I mean, I want to say our best quarterfinals match of the day, but we still have silver left up in our fourth game, our reigning
True.
playoffs
True.
champion. So I mean, all the matches are good. It's hard to say. I don't know, but I'm very excited for this match. Let's see what this has to offer. Dude, this almost looks the exact same as the other village seed from Anchor Boy Automat.
That would be a
Desert
disaster.
Village. No, it is a different seed for sure. But there is the village. And there is a blacksmith in both seeds, so I don't know.
Get some obby. We got some food right away. And iron. Wow.
Dude,
Wait, so no. Oh, so interesting. So it looks like
they
they
got the
only.
yeah. I like knew it wasn't the same seed, and then I saw that blacksmith had 13 iron, and the other one had 13 iron, and then in my head I was like, is it the same seed? Because there's two blacksmiths, and the first one was like
True.
the exact same. But if they were watching, they would know to make shears. I mean, I think they would both know either way to make shears, but they do both make shears. Very smart. In the blocks. Is it going to be a woodlight experience as well? Hopefully not. But we'll see. I don't know where lava pools are. I don't know where Flint is. Or is the intended enter 6 obby for blacksmith lava? I think it's possible that is the ranked intended enter. But
Yeah.
neither player looks like they are thinking of that possibility. Either they considered it and it was too slow, or they are not thinking about the possibility of it being the enter at all.
Right.
But it might unironically be the intended enter type. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I know 10 obby is intended. And I know
Yes.
8 obby with iron for a bucket is also intended. Doogile finds a lava pool though. So I don't know if Lowkey will end up running into one in this desert. I think he's circling the village trying to find one. Did he see one and he lowered his FOV because of it? Is he still looking? He does. Okay, he finds one. They're both at completely different lava pools. And Doogile didn't get Flint, even though there was many an opportunity for him to get
Wow.
Flint in rivers with the iron. He's sending a woodlight, and this is some advanced setup here that I have not seen before. But I mean, Lowkey just takes the lead on the enter, and it's not like Doogile didn't have access to a river or didn't have
Right.
access to iron. So maybe a mental like lapse. Maybe he just wanted
So,
to copy what Ankle Boy and Automat did. I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, very similar seed and very similar punishment for, I guess, the
yeah,
woodlight, right?
he's a
Anyways,
little behind. It's not as bad as Automat's
yeah.
Woodlight experience. And oh my god, his lava pool was so much closer to the Bastion.
Wow.
He's just
Interesting.
here. So I
Okay,
mean,
fair
he
enough, man.
he
I
he
mean,
he would have been farther ahead, right? Had he gotten Flint, but
true.
it is
True.
not
Good.
that bad of
Yeah.
a time loss. Ended up running the correct way in the overworld to get to the Bastion. Good
He's
play
probably
from
like
Dougal there.
he's probably like 7 seconds, I would say, behind
10
something like that.
something.
Let's see if he
It's
can.
not enough to matter yet, but it is enough to where it could obviously matter. 10-second different end enter does matter. You know,
Right.
look how many pigs Lowkey has. Dougal um getting a little jump there, but is good for now. And both these runners are fine. Actually, same exact bread count for both runners. 17 is more than enough. Dougal getting a backup block as well. Interesting. I wonder if this is a ranked specific play coming out from Dougal for some consistency. I don't know. And I'm not sure if these runners saw the fort either. Treasure, very weird sometimes, and ranked, can't really pyrite. Unless you break the spawner, which is very slow. So I will see they send a quadrant if they saw the fort. If anyone saw the fort, it would be Lowkey, I think. Because he ran for longer to get to the bastion, so I had more time to look around. And yeah, Doogile getting this backup block as well, getting all these treasure backups. So it might end up being a slower route, but could end up getting more stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All 4 backups in treasure. I guess they're not that slow. But I don't know. Just one pig. Being a little weird for Doogile, but he gets it done. Apparently, someone put pearls in chests. Someone threw bread instead of gold. Guys, it's I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe he's saving the pearls for later for the next participant in the bastion. But can't read chat. Has nobody to tell him, and Lowkey's out. Wonder if he will send the negative X direction and try to just find the fort. He's obviously not high rank. So who knows? I think negative X is where it should be filter-wise. But it's potential that it is negative Z as well. And both runners look like they're in the same situation. Doogile getting some height on the treasure to look around.
I think I like this play.
Doesn't see it, so you're going to go back to your home portal. Lowkey throwing a pretty aggressive pearl over there. Sees it. They both see it. So wow. Lowkey leaving a little earlier, but
Yeah, it's like the same
went a
thing.
little bit too much the wrong direction. Yeah, like, and I mean, they're like within 5 blocks of each other. This is like a co-op
Duke
run.
is
They're
a
just
bit
throwing each
ahead.
other the same thing by
Ooh,
like
different nabs here. One going
by
inside,
like
one going
2
outside.
seconds. Yeah, and I might like this play from Doogile better. Does he even see? Is this even like a different fort entirely? That he just no, it looks like the
Nah.
same huge fort. I mean, I think there's another one in the background there, but
I don't think so. I think it's the same.
you think it's just a
fort.
huge ass fort? I mean, maybe, yeah. I thought like in the back right, but you're right. I think it's just a big ass fort. And now it's coming down to strays. Lowkey might just commit to the spawner though.
Yeah.
Doogile has a spawner to commit to, has more strays as well. So I'd give a little bit of a lead to Doogile here, but it is a different spawner. They will get different spawn rates, different blazes. If you have the whole spawner cleared out, you will get 4, but the spawn rates will be different. They're standardized per spawner, I think, not for every spawner being the exact same as a whole. So I mean, who knows? It just comes down to. Also, again, I mean, could come down to different strongholds, or who's closer to the one stronghold that they are both going to. What a weird, like, it's been a weird, just different terrain decisions in almost every part of the seed, but they've been like trading back and forth the time loss.
Right.
Like, the only like complete mistake I think from either runner has been Doogile forgetting Flint.
True.
And having the iron. I think that was the only like actual mistake. Everything else is just a terrain decision that looked pretty correct that didn't work out. And I guess both runners didn't commit to the 6 obby blacksmith quadruple lava play, which to be fair is a little unique. And you do use 6 obbies, so maybe they were thinking about that. But they have 30. Lowkey built his first portal and has 30 spare obbies, so it would have been fine. Doogile dropped a rod as well, as Lowkey is measuring. Lowkey has 10 eyes, no rods, so needs 1 more blaze rod, and Doogile also has 10 eyes, no rods. And yeah, they have so much obby, 32 spare. You can do your whole 0 with this obby almost. And now it comes down to who's closer to the stronghold, but Lowkey's already leaving. So he's got this lead. Oh wow, it's really close. It's almost in between their spawners. Lowkey's heading to Dougile's spawner, so it's off a fort leg here, so doesn't seem like it's gonna matter too much. Yeah, I mean, look at them, just like 20 built 20 obby for that portal, but it just doesn't matter. You have so much, and Lowkey's going to be ahead right now. Is it enough? Nice preemptive spike there. Sort of middle right. Looked
Aggressive
very
Piglin
clean.
has a... Oh my god. Doogile not having a good time. He has a ghast on him. He's
I
got
mean, you're just
Piglin's
too RD.
aggroed.
Yeah, you just too RD
Ugh.
and you try to ignore it. The zombie piglins as well. Did he pearl into one? I wasn't
Yeah, he
fully
pearled into one.
aware. Lowkey going through it now with these silverfish, but I think he heard something and he did. There's the portal room. And has he set up for 0? It's 58. Going to be mechanically tight here, potentially. He's got the food, and I don't think he's going for it. No pearl clip. You basically need the pearl clip at 58. It does look hittable, though. Front cage. Doogile could go for it, especially knowing he's behind.
Yep. Putting a little more pressure.
Does he have wool, though? 2 beds? Did he not
Beds.
split string? Do they not have beds? Is that why?
Oh my
Oh, they don't
god.
have beds. I'm a bit silly. It looks like Lowkey only has 3 beds. I mean, Doogile might still go for it, though.
Yeah. Is he going for it?
He's got 2 beds, 3 anchors. It is hittable. I didn't realize it was
2
3 anchors.
beds?
I thought it was 2. I mean, you get to 80, you get to 90 here, I think, even with the pearl clip.
If he hits this,
He gets to 95. Wow, yeah, that.
He can't do anything. He's
And
dead.
yeah, I didn't think he could get that high, and it just wasn't possible.
Well,
Off of
prediction already already wrong.
an 058 pearl clip. I don't know if he just didn't realize it was like wasn't thinking that it was a 058 pearl clip. Just thought he had more time than he did, or if that's a 0 that he hits in practice very occasionally and just felt like he needed to full send it for whatever reason. Lowkey building a nether portal in the end doesn't know that he has just won the seed if he doesn't choke the 1 cycle. It is a 3-bed 1 anchor unless he pre-placed an anchor, but I think he pre-placed 2 anchors.
Builds another portal just for fun.
Yeah, I
Didn't
don't
quite
know if
work.
it's a 0 that Doogile hits in practice that he goes for. If he forgot that it was 058, maybe he thought it was 056 and thought he had maybe just a couple extra seconds. But he was maybe 2 seconds off of hitting that 0, 2 to 3. Like, got hit off before the obby even went down. So
Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah.
this is gonna be very hard. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe if he can make his way back.
No, I mean Lowkey just gets the force
Yeah,
perch in
there's just
time.
no
Yeah,
way.
there
Yeah,
it is.
there's just no way.
He's got the anchors preset up too. He's got 6 explosives.
Yeah, those is good enough damage. You don't need
Put an
anything more.
anchor in between the beds.
I wanted my prediction to hold true just because I wanted to be right. But hey, technically my prediction was, I will say.
You did say 3-0.
Yeah, I said 3-0. And then you made me
Well, it
commit.
literally is
I committed
impossible
wrong.
to be wrong after the first game. You're saying that like it's an incredible feat that your
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
3-0 is
whoa.
broken
No,
after
I
game
mean,
1, and it's just
well,
not
no,
even.
We don't need to bring that aspect of it up. We don't need to bring that aspect of it up.
It's physically not possible to
Um,
be wrong currently.
So yes, we'll see if that. We'll see. Actually, yeah. I just meant to say Lowkey. I just misspoke and I said Doogile. You know.
That's
So yeah.
okay. Happens to the best of us, nerdy. But I mean, it was close. It was a back and forth, and Doogile could have taken the win with the 0, and I think if he went to 90, it was hittable. With 5 explosives, maybe a little weird at that height, but it was definitely hittable, and he just overexerted himself. I think just should have went to 91. I don't know what caused his thought process to be like that, but he lost the seed because of it. Was in the driver's seat there for a little bit and threw it all away. So hopefully he can mentally bounce back. I mean, literally the only 2 mistakes I can think of in the whole seed are like Doogile just forgetting Flint and Doogile forgetting how to 0. That's it. Like just 2 small things. I think otherwise both runners played very well. So we got the splits. Looks like the colors are correct. That's very pog. And yeah, I mean, just super close. I mean, Bastion enter, same exact time. Fort enter, basically the same exact time. And maybe Lowkey spawner was just a little better than Doogle's, which gives him 30 seconds here. But the splits from blind to stronghold to end enter are within 10 seconds,
Yeah.
all of each other. And
Great match.
Lowkey didn't zero. He wasn't like inventory prepared. Maybe he was ready to do setup list zero, but it didn't end up happening. Maybe because of 058 and then the soul stand, he just wasn't confident. But Dougal went for it, and it was just unlucky that he went too high. So with that, I think we're getting into our seed 2. Look and see what Dougal picked for us between Room Portal and Shipwreck, or Room Portal and BT. Picks BT. I mean, you have to play all three anyways. Maybe there's some science behind, like, if you pick the one you think you're gonna win more, then like you maybe get to pick seed 5 when it matters, or seed 4 when it matters when they refresh. I'm waffling right now. I don't really think it matters.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
just gotta get through it.
you gotta start winning. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
In my professional opinion, I think that these players want to win. That's my professional opinion here.
At the end of the day, you have to win the seed. That is true. And these runners are ready to play seed 2. I'm ready to watch seed 2. We'll
Let's
see
do
if
this.
Nerdy's 3-0 prediction can hold up. What do you think?
I mean, I'm always right. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
yeah. So I'm excited to be right once again.
Both runners heading towards the BT spike. Same chunk. Almost the same exact time breaking the sand. I think Lowkey is ahead by half a second, but it could just be stream delay at this point. I mean, they're like synced up. This happened a little bit in season 1. It's so cool to watch. It's happening a little bit in their last seed even. And there's a mushroom island at spawn. They get some food there if they wanted to. Infinite food source.
I could also get a biome for one of the biome advancement, Fumberg. You know that?
Yes. Unfortunately, you don't need that for ranked. I was just thinking about the food. I don't know what you were
Surely.
bringing up.
Okay.
I don't know what you were insinuating there, but looks like both these
Yeah.
runners in very similar situations here. And I think there was kelp like on the BT. I'm not sure if it was a real ravine, but I saw some kelp when hey, Lowkey. Okay, finally got that shovel craft. And is this a real ravine where Doogle's at? Using the pressure plate here. Cool play. And looks like it's potentially real. It looks scuffed though. Weird. Oh my god, so many mobs.
Oh my goodness.
Doogle's getting it handed to him, but he finds like a real part of this ravine. This is really weird. Lowkey going down. I think the part that Dougal just kind of found randomly. But he finds an L. And Dougal doesn't find an L. I guess an L is a 2x1. My bad. So Lowkey's going to be in much faster because Dougal... I mean, Dougal's doing something here. This one goes over my head. We don't really need to do this in all advancements, but he cranked the fuck out of it. I'll tell you that. Like that was very
awesome.
impressive.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on, but it was awesome.
That was very impressive that he whipped that out that quickly. So he didn't lose that much time, but it was definitely better that Lowkey did a 2x1. We'll say that. And oh my god, I thought he got fire ticked. He didn't get fire ticked. I thought Lowkey got fire ticked because of the soul sand off of the boat. But he's good. Looks like Dougal maybe getting shot by a ghast. Doesn't look like it though. Yeah, Lowkey just ahead because of just going in the better ravine. And Dougal was over that same ravine. I have no idea why he decided to not go down the one that looked like a magma ravine and went down the one that was obviously like a weird obsidian sandfall lava ravine, but what can you do? Just a little bit of a mistake, and it causes him to lose his lead heading into the nether. But it happens.
Yeah, just a little bit behind. Nothing too big. Doog has been so far just kind of a little bit behind in most of the splits, I feel like so far. Um, in both seeds. So I'm curious if this is gonna be a recurring trend, which is interesting because
Yeah.
I generally think of Doog as being a very quick player. Not that Loki's slower necessarily, but I think of Doog as being
The
um,
one ahead
you
most
know,
of the time.
yeah, like he's a very mechanically talented player, right? So he has that really high
Yeah.
skill ceiling. So it's interesting to see that it feels like he's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just decision making. Maybe it is mechanical like choice. Like how hard do you want to go mechanic wise?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. It's interesting.
And it is his I didn't even lead that sentence what I wanted to say. I was gonna say that his ranked average time is better and his win
Yep.
loss is better. And they played once in season 2 and Dougal won. So
Yeah.
you are right from a statistical perspective that Dougal should be faster. But like you said, Lowkey is by no means a slow player either. He's
Ranked number
been
one
I
last
mean,
season. You know.
yeah, he's for a reason. He's been matching the
Yeah.
pace in last seed, been matching the pace in this seed. Um, and we'll have to see when these runners get to the forts and beyond if he can continue to match the pace. Or if we should say Dougal can match Lowkey's pace. That's what we should be saying. Lowkey being the one ahead, being the one leading the pace, as Dougal is the pace pal, for lack of a better word.
Hmm.
He's just gone though. What's the explosive count looking like? 6 beds, 3, 4 anchors. They're both heading over almost in the same exact spot. Lowkey finding some left terrain. Is it the right direction? Could be very punishing if it's not, but could be very rewarding if it is, because Dougal has not committed to a direction yet. But you have Fort Pyre in a certain direction, and it's a wall. So what do you do? And Dougal also went left, and he repyrate. I think Lowkey's overshot the fort at this point. He should be looking to repyrate as well. They both are, and Dougal's getting the info that it is back the direction he came. So is Lowkey. How are these runners getting this way? Going to be a very terrain-based seed. Looks like a lot of decisions getting in the way to this fort. Is it maybe exposed here and this warped barely and this cave underneath? Looks like Lowkey found some upper terrain to it. Dougal found some exposed area but hasn't seen it yet.
Uh.
Does he need to
Yeah, he sees
pyrite
it. I think
again?
he
And
got it. No, he got it. He sees it.
okay, and all this food
Oh,
though, and the
he's so
pearls. I mean, it
low.
just means he's
Yeah.
so low with one salmon. Lowkey is higher health with more salmon, but Dougal is on a spawner. Now Lowkey's getting
Interesting.
some Feinberg level strays potentially
Right.
blaze wise here, but the rates are bad. If this spawner goes crazy, then Dougal could easily take back the lead. And wow, he was still on hard. He got one tapped by the Wither Skelly. Never switched off of hard from the man on housing or top down housing, and that's probably it. I mean, Dougal would need to die during zero, die getting the second portal. He doesn't have a ton of food. It's not completely over, but that's a punishing death. You get to run back and get your stuff, but the fort was very weirdly inaccessible. That is not good for Lowkey fans in the chat
And that's
at
also
all.
not good for my prediction. More importantly, of course. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
The 3-0? Oh, Dougal dropped a bed. Oh no. The vertical pearl, nice play. I think it's like a 99% success rate when you throw a pearl straight up on top of your nether portal that it hits the nether portal again. I think Silver tested it when we sort of thought about the idea, and he found that it's like a 1 in 20 or a 1 in 40 that will like RNG so far away that it will fall off of the portal entirely. And no chat, he didn't get the bed. You don't have enough time to get the bed, but he still has no other beds crafted. He's got 4 beds. Okay, well, I'm watching it. I was trying to look at the inventory viewer that we have, but I'm just watching him craft. He's got 4 beds and 3 anchors. And he just hit a 0 with 2 beds and 3 anchors. Or he went for it. I guess he would have hit it, maybe. But I think he's very confident without that bed, is what I'm supposed to say. I think he's very confident that he can hit the 0. And he doesn't know that Lowkey is so far behind, but it looks like Lowkey maybe only lost 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very weird. Like, I don't know if he can backnav to his stuff that amazingly. I mean, amazingly, whatever the word is. It sounds wrong in my head. But even with the time loss, like Doogle's heading to second portal, it's not even going to matter that it's struggling. Lowkey's struggling to find his items. I think he was trying to E-ray for his stuff.
Hey,
Which is
I
actually
respect
not a
that.
bad idea.
I like the idea.
I don't think he died with enough stuff. And there's just too many mobs, but it has worked in events and stuff like that before. It is not a bad idea to E-ray for stuff. People dying in 1x1 holes. I feel like someone did that in Speedrun Showdown once. E-rayed for stuff
Maybe.
that
Yeah.
somebody died in.
It's a really smart
Anyways,
idea.
Dougal missed the stronghold and I think built at the wrong chords. I don't think he necessarily knows that Lowkey is very behind.
Oh yeah, this is looking bad here now for Doog fans.
But
Oh man,
Lowkey
what if
found
we had
his
some sort of stalemate? Now, I mean, hey, he's got his stuff back.
I mean Lowkey found his stuff. I don't know what happened to Duke. I don't know how far away he is. The number looks like it says like 200. But it is annoying, especially if you spawn mobs and preemptive gets weird. And now it might actually matter that Lowkey couldn't find his stuff in time because Dougal has just created time loss for himself out of nowhere. Not a death, but similar amounts of time loss. I don't know if Dougal he just went to the wrong chords, I guess, because he's not throwing another eye. He just ended up being at the wrong coordinates. So he's also
apparently he went to X248 instead of 284 according to chat. So I don't know if that's true, but I could see that mistake happening.
Does he have no pearls? He might not have. I literally went to look at the inventory viewer as he hunger reset, so everything said 0, and I thought it was bugged. But he only has 3 pearls, so it might not be 0. But Lowkey has 16 pearls and all of his eyes, so it's like surprisingly closer than I think it should be. If it's like a 0 eye or a 1 eye and the 0 is weird or buried, it's not a guarantee that Dougal has enough pearls to be able to 0. And this preemptive could be very weird. He's got a spike, could be good enough, but I think luckily didn't have a ton of mobs in the stronghold. Creeper. Oh man. Gets the portal room. It's a 1 eye, so he's got 2 pearls. So it's hittable most of the time, I would say. If it's front dragon here too, front tower, it's just fine. It's just fine. It didn't matter at all. If it was a 0 eye, would have mattered maybe a little more. And I mean, credit to Lowkey for bringing this time save back. Let's see if Dougal can hit this 0. Oh, he's there like 2 rotations early, maybe 1 rotation. And he's got 7 explosives, so not great first bad damage, but it's fine. Oh,
Ooh, taking a lot of.
burning.
He's burning.
He's
Oh my
gonna.
god.
Oh my god!
He killed the dragon, I think, right? I'm pretty sure he did.
He killed the dragon, but you have to get back, and you can get back, but it's such an easy 0 if you have health and don't build
wait.
with dirt or burn yourself. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say,
What?
I just like this match is just going completely switching back and forth. I can't even track it. I can't even track it. So
Someone,
guys, I might have been right all along. That's all I gotta say.
someone in chat also said that his nether portal isn't in the stronghold. He has to run the two. He has to spawn lower in a cave. Like he needs to get wood. Otherwise he lost. He's gonna spawn in that cave, nerdy. 200 blocks away from the stronghold. He's gonna have to dig up again.
Oh my
Go
god,
down
you're right.
again.
He
But
doesn't even have
Loki's
wood. He
on
needs some
1
wood here.
heart, 3 hunger. Like I don't know what I have no idea what's happening. From the quality of Minecraft play that we saw in Seed 1, it looks like both of these runners actually agreed
Right.
without consulting us to let their siblings play on their accounts for this match.
Oh, I
Is
see.
what must have happened, because this is not like Lowkey or Doogile to experience this
Yeah. No, I see that now.
quality of play. It's not toxic. I bet their siblings are great people, but when you're just looking at the gameplay quality between Seed 1 and Seed 2, it is very different. Starkingly different. Like 2 mistakes in total on the first seed. And I think there's been like at least 5 from both players on this seed. Or there's just been maybe a couple, but much, much worse mistakes. And I mean, Duo's making it back, but like Lowkey's got to do like lap 4 in this stronghold, I think.
Yeah.
Assuming he hits the 0. Yeah, it was just down here though, right? Yeah, okay, he just never went this way. And
Yeah, never mind. Oh my god. Please don't die.
no, those
Okay.
pearls are on purpose.
Oh.
Those pearls are on purpose.
I know, it just every time they do that, it scares me.
I think it's over. Doogile is digging with a wood pick. He can't even crouch dig. I mean, Lowkey could also die in the 0 for whatever reason. I'm not sure
Yeah,
why. I
let's
think
not. Well, yeah. Let's hold our breath. You know.
building with nether brick instead of netherrack, so shouldn't be set on fire by the anchor. And he's keeping the dragon up, and he's got 5 beds and 2 anchors. 6 beds even. Oh, double bed! Look at the style points from Lowkey.
Dang.
Double bed to finish out the 5 cycle. I guess he doesn't know Doogile died. Maybe he thinks he just whiffed the 0 and is waiting on a perch. You can never know, but a solid 1642 ranked seed performance from Lowkey and Doogile, are 2 rank 1 players, season 2 rank 1 and season 3 rank 1. Wow, nice. Well done from, I mean, Lowkey finished it out through the time loss. The death that Lowkey took was much less impactful than the death that Doogile took. So, unfortunately, played most of the seed pretty well. Doogile just dying in the 0, and I don't know. I mean, we'll throw it over to Fulham in just a bit with the analysis segment. Might need some time to throw together all of the clips from that second seed, because there's not much to talk about in the first seed. I mean, if you didn't watch the first seed, you just got here for the second one. They played very well in seed 1. Didn't look like it in seed 2. A lot of mistakes, both runners dying, but the seed 1 gameplay was near flawless from both players. So it's 2-0. But it's been a close match. Dougal's been in positions to win both seeds off of 0s both times, and has messed up and died during the 0 both times. So if he can
Brutal.
avoid that one mistake, and we will see looks like our analysis segment is ready. So we will throw it over to Fulham to be with you guys. Stick with us.
So, here we go. Analyzing this run is going to be pretty difficult, but we're going to give it a try. Let's... Excuse me. Let's go and check the Seed 1. Now, on Seed 1, Doogile missed the Flint and had to go for this Flintless light here, the Wood light. Now, this did lose quite a bit of time. However, the location at which Doogile spawned by finding this lava pool caused the Those Were the Days achievement to happen all but simultaneously. Something that chat noted here was that Lowkey decided to leave some pearls here. He does still have 32. I believe this was a conscious decision and not just a mistake or a misclick. I believe it was probably just to clear out inventory space, etc., etc. I think it makes a lot of sense. He has enough pearls. You don't need to 3-stack those pearls. So, I think that wasn't particularly a big deal. Again, this was Seed 1. There wasn't a lot to talk about. So, Doogile, sadly, this was something that I think that the commentators did pick up on, but from the splits was something that was a big impact. Just this one rod dropping for Doogile actually likely caused a knock-on effect of around about a 20-second time loss from the entering the fortress at basically the same time within around 2 to 3 seconds of one another into around about a 30-second time loss by the time these runners entered the end. I believe that may even be the last clip from Seed 1. Oh no, we're going to talk about this zero cycle, aren't we? Doogile attempted this 058 zero cycle. It is a low tower. He has 2 beds, 3 anchors, and, you know, this was just a simple building up too high, being a little bit too ambitious. Maybe could have gone for a lower height here. I don't know what height he went for, maybe 95, but not quite ideal, and Doogile does take a death there, allowing Lowkey to finish off the seed. In seed number 2, though, Lowkey was the one that was taking the death. In hard mode, got pinged by this blaze back into the Wither Skeleton, and then instantly realized and set his difficulty back to easy. Doog travels on the wrong coordinates here. Something to note if we take a quick look at this. He is looking at the targeted block 247, negative 247, whereas the Ninja Brainbot does say 284. So I assume that is he's gone for the 248 rather than 284. Little misread of those coordinates. It does happen. That's, you know, something that does happen. However, he was still in the lead because of that Lowkey death and was able to enter the end first, go for the zero cycle. You know, he realizes here at this point he's 300 blocks away, which is really, really tough. Has to dig all the way up and then all the way across in the overworld. And this was the zero cycle. 1 bed, 2 bed, great damage. 3rd bed, absolutely fine. Wrong anchor placement, and I think this was probably what messed things up. Now, if we take a second here, sorry, let me find the location. So you can see here now. Obviously, I'm relatively new to zero cycling. I had spoken to, I got taught this week by 11 billion how to zero the theory behind zero cycling, the formula you need to know, the locations, the strategies, etc. This was not part of the strategy, as far as I know. This block here is meant to be attached to this block. It's meant to go out this way, as far as I know. Now, I'm no expert in zero cycling. I can definitely talk to you and analyze a lot of the rest of the run. However, I believe that was the mistake that may have been made in this position. I'm sure you guys know better than I do. However, I think this does lead to you taking more damage, and potentially that does cause the fire. I'm not sure about that fire information, but I think it does cause more damage because this is what I did and 11T told me that was wrong. So either 11T's wrong or you know, and I'm wrong or I'm correct. I don't know. Anyway, this does allow this does mean that Raul is set that Doogile is set on fire here, and with this last anchor does kill the dragon, but sadly even with the water does take that extra half heart of damage and does die. which is pretty unfortunate. And of course, with the previous mistake of putting the portal in the wrong location, doesn't really help his case, meaning that Lowkey was able to finish off this seed and send it to 2-0. Doogile hasn't made many mistakes, but the mistakes he's made have been huge, and they've both been at the 0 cycle. So we need that to change for Doogile. So best of luck to our commentators for commentating this third and final game. Third and final? I'm predicting Nerdy's information being true. We don't know if it's the third and final. It could be the third of 5, for all we know. Anyway, this is match point to Lowkey. Just needs to take one more victory. So, best of luck to our commentators to commentate over these last few.
Well, Fulham said it was potentially third and final. So does he agree with your prediction, Nerdy? You think it's still going to be 3-0?
I said 3-0.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to defend myself once again. I did not want to make a, I did not want to make a prediction. You forced me into that, so I feel like that's not even my prediction. It's not like I didn't sort of propose that prediction. I proposed the 3-0 prediction. Therefore,
well, you proposed such a polarizing take that you had to say who it was going to be.
Isn't it just a 1 and 3? Isn't it just a 1 and 3? Isn't it just a 1 or is it?
Well, if you think it's a 50-50 for each player to win, it's probably like a 1 and 8 or something. I'd have to do the math though. Doesn't matter. I'm ready to look at our seed pick band. Very basic. Gonna be the Ruin Portal seed. It's the only one left. Doogle's gotta get a win. Hopefully, he can pull it together on this Ruin Portal seed. But I'm ready to get into the match. I think Doogile just hits the 0 and he wins. I mean, it's been seed 1 and seed 2. He hits the 0 in seed 1, he wins. Hits the 0 in seed 2, he wins. If he hits the 0 in seed 3, I mean, if you get to the point where you're zeroing, you're probably winning the seed. Like, we haven't seen a seed yet today where these runners are close enough to have it matter. Where, like, both have been in the end, both 0, one person hits it, the other person is zeroing, but they still lose. So, we'll see.
We'll see. I'm ready.
Yeah. Iron Pick and Bucket potentially? No, just Bucket. Weird overworld. Gonna have some decision making in the Bastion where you're getting your iron. But Lowkey gets the stone early. Maybe a little bit of a time save. Doogle's gotta punch this dirt. Not a huge deal though. Won't be a big deal. And Lowkey making a stone pick is interesting. I was curious why he got 7 cobble instead of 4. It is sometimes useful if you get blocks with the gold pick or need to use it to dig through a wall. Like, sometimes you will need another pickaxe, and having a stone pick instead of a wood pick is nicer. But on some seeds, it doesn't matter, and you just lost a little bit of time. Don't hate the play though. And I guess both runners are deciding that 4 golden carrots is enough, which I don't really blame them. Should be enough. It's a fast enough seed. 4 golden carrots will get you far, and both structures already spotted. Nice bow clutch from Lowkey, and Doogile misses the bow clutch. Is that
that right there is an indicator
of the game of the match? Already?
Yes. It's an indicator of what's to come. I hate to say it.
Wow.
I'm ready for.
There's your iron as well. Very easy. So Lowkey losing a little bit of time from the stone pick, and I think this is. I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna say bridge. I am right. Okay. I was gonna say bridge, but then Lowkey was doing something weird, and Doogle's dead. Slipped into lava.
I just
didn't
was
see
not.
how.
I was watching Lowkey.
I saw Lowkey was doing some boat crawl thing, and I was getting into the bridge, and I was just confused what he was doing. And then I look over, and Doogle's in lava, and it's 2 minutes. It's a raw death. It might just be over. It might just be completely over.
That's brutal. That's just straight up brutal. There's no way around that.
Lowkey Pyrang, but he knows where the 4 was. Double extend for the bridge jump, which is not necessary. And it's a double single bridge. Interesting. So could get low pigs here, but Doogile would also be under the low pig situation. So unless Lowkey gets like 2 piglins, don't think it's going to matter too much. And he's got 2, 3, 4. 4 guys, and you can save a couple here from the lodestone area. Yeah, he's good. And Doogle's going to be able to play the overworld, I guess, slightly faster, but not enough to make up 2 minutes. Bow clutch, second try, hits it.
Okay. That could be meaningful.
Yeah.
That could be an indicator. Maybe he's trying to, prove us wrong.
He knows where the iron is, knows what the bastion is. I don't know how he fell into lava. Maybe, like, doing this weird digging into the side thing. Maybe got hit by a hoglin. I just wasn't looking. Just looking at Lowkey. I just assumed that it's a safe enough spot. These guys are good enough runners where you don't die, but I guess sometimes stuff just happens. Just slip, and it's over. But he finds a bridge. Not hit by this hoglin. Maybe it was this lava on the chalice. I mean, it's pretty scary. Not gonna lie. Could have gotten hit there, but I don't know. Slow trades, though. I mean, Doogile would have to do some route to get like 12 pigs, which I just don't think is possible on a buried double single. Unless he does some like insane, incredible work. I think he's going to get similar amount of pigs. I mean, Lowkey's already out. Maybe he's pearl hanging. 4 was definitely visible from spawn. Maybe he just didn't see it. Should be to his left.
I mean, these little time losses, I mean, if Doog can, not do these things, these could add up. And it was like a full reset death, right? Like he had to
Yeah, it
completely
was just
reset,
straight up. He just reset the seat. It was just straight up 2 minutes.
But as we mentioned before, like the upside of that is not the upside. There's no upside, but one thing about it is that you do know the seed going in, right? So it's not just going to be a complete like X amount that you lost, like however long it's been, right? Because you do have information, so you can make up little time saves here and there. My point is, Doog looks like he's still going all in.
Pearled the wrong way, and I think people are right. I think he definitely completely pearled the wrong way, and I think he's committing to pearling the wrong way. I think he has no idea where he's going, or he needs to go way more right. But I said right, and then like, what does right even mean? And he's pearl hanging back to home portal, but is he even pearl hanging in the right direction? 1.5 hearts has the food, but like, does he know where he's going? Maybe there's 2 forts. Maybe he's saved. I thought they just saw the fort. Yeah, Doogle's pearl hanging to where I thought they saw the fort was. Multi-disc pearl hang. I thought it was just visible. Yeah, it's just right there.
Oh, no.
So I don't know what happened.
So Lowkey has found a fort. Is this the same fort?
It might be the same fort. He found a fort, so it's not the end of the world. It might be a very different fort. I couldn't even track where he was pearling.
I think it's a different fort.
I think it's very different. It's got potential to be second ring, maybe, but he did pearling to home portal. Looks like Doogile will probably be in a similar situation here. 4 anchors, 3 beds. He's gonna leave and get that pearl hang to home portal. Yeah, like I think he's still behind, but in a good spot.
Yeah,
Surely Lowkey's not more than 32 chunks away. His pearl hang lands. I think it will. Don't think he went that far, but I don't know what fort he's in, so I don't know. And again, potential for different spawners, different spawn rates, different strays. There is still variance. Lowkey lost a rod there, and it mattered for Doogile in one of our earlier seeds. Could matter for Lowkey there, that he dropped the rod.
One important thing to note, though, they are different fortresses, different spawners, but unlike the other seeds where we had different spawners, the stronghold should still be the same because
They're doing
it's
home portal. That is true.
Right.
Very smart, Nerdy. Wouldn't have thought about that. That is smart. He went to pick up the rod, so he didn't lose that much time, but it's still a time loss going down here and back up. Would have liked to see some fishing rod strategies to rod the rod back up. Do you get it? You rod the rod. Do you get it?
That would have
It's
been.
like
Yeah,
it's like a
I know. I like the
blaze
thought. I
rod
like
and
the
a
thought.
fishing rod.
I'm always a big fan of bringing out the fishing rod in any kind of speedrunning situation. I really enjoy. Really enjoy. I really enjoy those insights, Feinberg.
I appreciate it. But, I mean, it looks zeroable for both individuals, and Lowkey is just 2 rods ahead right now. But what are these rates like? He's 1 rod ahead. He's 0 rods ahead. At least 1 blaze ahead, but this is not a blaze-bedded spawner. I mean, what looked like an early easy 3-0 is now I have no idea. And Doogile has 4 pork chop from a hogland, and Lowkey has 1, and he's low. Key. Lol. Sorry.
It looks like both of them pretty low on beds.
He's got 6 rods, but you need 7 for home portal. Doogile gets spawned on. Guys, why is everyone erming? It was a funny. It was funny. Yeah, Doogile is out first, but Lowkey's out at the exact same time. Who had the better pearl hang? It's a home portal. They're both building up. Are they building up the same spot? Are they?
We're like completely in sync.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. So like the death mistake was like equivalent to the not finding the fortress mistake.
Within literally a second of each other, building up on the same side, both doing bow eye. One eye 1400. One eye. Is it the same? It's so pixelated, man. I cannot tell.
I think one says 1430, one says 1420, but they're
is it
definitely the same.
Okay, it is.
Same stronghold.
It is. No, it's the same stronghold. Well, I mean, you can
if they were like exactly in sync.
No, it's like if you mismeasure though. Lowkey had to get food from sheep though, and Doogle's not gonna have to hunger reset, so I think he's very ahead. No, Chad, I was wondering if there's a mismeasure, because if you mismeasure, it'll still give you 100% on bow eye, basically. That's what I was wondering about.
No, that's a valid thing to wonder.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Nerdy. Look at this.
Nerdy,
Doogle's gold pick pre-crafting.
Damn.
Pork chop using.
Oh my god, that was so clean.
I mean, coming back on this seat would just be crazy after just a raw 2-minute death. Like this would be an 830 stronghold for Doogile if you don't count the death.
There's the portal room.
But Nerdy, he's been in this situation twice.
True.
And he has fucked up the 0 both times. He's got a gold pick. It's 58. He died on a 58. He clips. Is he gonna go for it?
Lowkey's a little bit behind here.
He's not going for it. He's not going for it. So Lowkey can go for it.
Yeah, I think he only has like 4 explosives. I don't think he can.
I thought he had. Oh, I guess Doogile has 2 bets.
Yeah, I think he has 4 explosives.
Left earlier. He left earlier.
No. He has 6 explosives.
Yeah, but the anchors are a little weird. I mean, he wanted to go for it. I think he just realized that it wasn't fully set up. But there's no way Lowkey's going to hit this. No prep 58, no gold pick. Already like a little bit of a mechanical mistake, and I think it was a tall tower. I think it's just wraps.
Is he going for it?
I mean, he's behind. He has to. Oh, he's good. No health? GG? Give him another heart. Give him another heart. 2.5. He's good. Oh!
Okay, no, it's fine. That doesn't matter. Every time that happens, I get scared, but it really just does not matter.
Does he rip the insta? Crush Doogle's hopes and dreams. Doogile gets the snap, though, potentially.
Gets the snap, yeah.
Gets the snap.
And the nerdy prediction's probably wrong. Sag.
Got it? Yeah, I mean, he's got to hit the 2-bed 4 anchor, but hits the 2-bed 3 anchor, 2-bed 2+1 anchor, and we're going to a seed 4, which I want to see more of these players play. I want to see the type of gameplay we saw in our first seed. I want to see no deaths. I want to see
Yes.
some. I mean, that was cool though. They were very in sync, literally within 1 second of each other, measuring eyes. Like if we look at the splits, it's literally probably like zero.
That was a great
seconds.
match.
Yeah.
That was a great match. And
And
I don't know. I mean, there were mistakes, of course, but I feel like the mistakes were like more understandable in my opinion compared to the seed 2. So I think that was
I
a
just don't know. I
nice
just don't know
finish.
how Lowkey didn't see the fort. I feel like it was
Yeah,
so
that's
visible
definitely
from the
weird. I
height
don't
at
know.
home
Yeah.
portal, and he goes to a different fort. Like that is definitely why he lost the seed.
Yeah.
I just don't know because I mean he had to burn so much food purling, which is why he had
Right.
no food. I mean they both killed the hoglin. It was just I have no idea. I mean we can look at the splits for a second while these players figure out what the pick band is going to be. As a reminder, Lowkey gets to pick the next seed, and he can pick from any of the seed types. We've used all of the seed types once. He can pick from any of the 5, so we could see a ban seed being picked. So we will see. Maybe we'll just get in to that right away. Our seed selection.
Yeah.
We get to see game 4. It's not over.
I mean, I don't know. This has been an exciting match so far. I'm curious. I mean, if Duke brings it back, it would be more in line with the Park Bridges match. But still, I feel like the Bridges match is already not analogous because of the 2-0 for Lowkey. But hear me out. If it is like the Bridges match, then what that would imply is that Duke's gonna win this one, get it, neck and neck, even, and then Lowkey wins the 5th one.
So it'd be like a reverse of the Bridges match.
A
Where it's
reverse,
Lowkey
exactly,
clutching.
exactly.
Yes. What's the pick? Village. Wow. He won on the village. He entered the Nether faster because of the Flint play, but neither runner, I think, played the village seed correctly. I'd have to look at the seed, but I'm pretty sure that the intended enter on that village seed was 6 obby, 4 lava sources from the blacksmiths. So I think neither of them played it technically correct. It was very weird, but Lowkey was ahead. It was his better victory of the 2, a 12-18 on the village seed compared to a 16-42 on the BT seed. So they both died. But I'm ready to see our game 4. I think our runners are ready to see a game 4. What is Lowkey's Twitch? I know Lowkey's streaming on an alternate Twitch account for the feed today. I think it's Lowkey with a 3, maybe. Someone in chat would be able to know. But I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think he's on some alt account with just some completely random name for our games today.
Yeah, the village. I think it makes sense overall. He won his first seed on it. It was his first pick, so you just do it again. You just run it
Completely
back.
agree. I mean, if it worked once, it could work again. Let's see.
As the runners get ready.
Plains Village this time instead of a desert village. Let's see how weird this blacksmith is. Nothing. So there's got to be a second one.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. An embarrassing performance from that blacksmith there. That blacksmith should be the most ashamed in the
That's the one
entire
that doesn't
tournament.
get any business. That's why he's farther away from the village center. Look at
Yep.
this guy. 6
Yep.
iron. Look at him go.
Yep.
Well done. Reset seed? Wait, why? What did he just craft?
I was
Wait,
watching too.
you always get 4. He made 2 axes. Well, well.
Unlucky.
Miscraft. I think that's a bingo square in a community made ranked bingo card. So shout outs to the miscrafts. I think that's the first miscraft the entire season. The entire playoffs, I think. There's a temple?
Oh my
Dude.
god. Oh my God,
What
Feinberg.
is the seed number for research purposes later? I can pretend that I rolled it naturally and splice. Doogle's woodlighting again. Interesting. Very interesting. But he has fire already, a lot of it. I mean, this is a really whack. Oh, one in the portal. It's a very weird woodlight setup. I haven't seen this
Yeah.
ever. With the
I haven't either. I really
the
have. Yeah.
window to look out of, I've never seen this woodlight setup.
I don't know what the mindset is. I guess it's just to get a lot of air so that it can cause a lot of
Well,
fire to start.
you just need one wood block next to each portal block.
Right.
Like having both of them doesn't matter. And I think it might just be slightly faster to set up. And you can place the lava, like you can just place things a little better. I don't know. It looks cool. I like it. No looting. Golden pickaxe though. Golden chestplate, not a pickaxe. That's I just don't know why I said golden pickaxe. I'm gonna be honest. But
It's okay, Feinberg. It's okay. We
housing,
understand.
wet housing, sus. So I think they're gonna do top down here. Looks very natural, but Lowkey also wood lighting. So I guess there's just no convenient flint. Loki's doing an older setup for sure. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any blocks back walled either. Doesn't matter. Got the catch.
Insta
Crazy
light.
RNG. Yeah. Dougal going down with the top down, and yeah, I mean he's just 30 seconds ahead, and I think if he plays perfect speed, it should just be fine. Like I mean, but we've seen mistakes more than usual from both of these runners in the last couple seeds. Do you think it's nerves, Nerdy? Do you think it's just an off day for both runners? Do you think it's maybe tilt with the mental, with the mistakes you've made so far in the match? But I don't know.
Maybe it's a bit of everything. I mean, I think the truth is that the best of fives are just a lot more. They're
Yeah.
longer. You have to sustain the mental for a longer period of time, and I
It's true.
really don't think it's equivalent even remotely to like playing 5 ranked matches because all of those
Oh
matches are
yeah.
disconnected. You know what I mean?
Different
Um,
people, disconnected. You can
yeah.
forfeit, someone else can forfeit. You can do stuff in between. Also, we might not be doing them any favors with the nerves, having analysis segments and interviews and
Yes.
everything, like
Totally.
more time to just sit between some matches sometimes. Like it's the 2-0 analysis segment and you gotta sit there for like 5 minutes and you just get to think about your mistakes. You just get to think about
Yeah.
what you can do better for the next seed, and it's just you can't just insta queue again and go like you can in normal ranked when you're just playing. You can't just
Yeah.
go.
Way more eyes, way more like critical eyes that know the stakes as well. I
And
think there's just a lot more pressure.
$5,000 courtesy of Creo,
True.
sponsored by Creo, CreoCards.com. If you buy 3 metal posters, you get 35% off. That's basically like 3 for the price of 2, which if you subtract 1, it's basically like 2 for the price of 1. And that's how math works, because subtraction is community. You can actually do it on both sides. It makes sense. So it's basically like a 2-for-1 deal, which is really pretty hype. So
Very hype.
check out Career Cards. Some insane MCSR themed metal prints you can put on your wall. You can put on the side of your computer. You can put in front of your monitor. If you want to nerf yourself because you're too good, you could put it anywhere that there's a flat surface and admire the artwork. Anyways, Dougal ahead in the fort, getting ready to blaze bed. I'm not sure if he made up more time than Lowkey did. It feels like he's more ahead than he should be off of just the overworld Mistcraft experience.
Yeah.
But I'm not
I
sure.
oh
Oh, bad pro from Lowkey. It's not a death. He's got the fire res, but these just hurt because you lost your height.
yeah. That's
That's
just
second pearl
slow.
and lava also.
Yeah. I just feel like Duke just looks good this match. I feel like he's ironed out a lot of those mistakes. Just playing very clean Minecraft.
Yes. This is the Dougal that we expect. It's a former world record holder. only other person with a sub 8 other than Zalanox, current rank 1 demon. Surely in season 3, Doogile will finish in the top 8 of the ranked Elo leaderboard and
Surely.
not have to play the qualifiers. He's ahead by 2 rods and a blaze bedded spawner. Lowkey could get some strays. Got 2 here, so it's always possible to save some time. Only ahead by 0 rods now, but obviously you can kill blazes that don't drop rods. It is a 50-50. It either happens or it doesn't, and Doogile got caved in the nether, or in the overworld. Well, you know what I mean. Blinded and into a savanna plateau. So he got caved. Very rare sight to see in ranked. But he's dealing with it pretty well. Could be different though if Lowkey blinds on strays. Could be some time save. Let's see if he gets caved here. Oh my god. Well, you gotta commit to the portal there. Can't just leave the hobby. But let's see if he gets caved. He does. Same exact spot, but not nearly as bad. Only 6 blocks instead of 30. Caving is checked against, but when your surface is super high and there's a surface level cave underneath, it is impossible to fully prevent. So Lowkey's going to gain some time back there.
Yeah.
Did the eye break? I'm confused.
I think it must. He
It
lost
had
it.
to have, yeah.
It
But
had
I
to,
swear
yeah.
I just like saw Lowkey throw the eye and it didn't break, but it must have broken because they're both like one eye
Right.
offset or whatever.
They have an odd amount of blaze powder. Or
Yes.
Eyes of Ender plus blaze powder.
Big magma cube for Lowkey. And from the spawner, blaze, blaze, blaze. Needs a couple more rods. Doogile only needs 1 rod. Got a place or a pearl hang, and he's gotten his last rod. And it's very close. I don't like how he's going so high on the terrain here, but it might have been the right play. Hard to see what the terrain was like under, but you're definitely not going to snap into the stronghold with this this terrain.
Yeah.
Finds a really lower spot though. This is really nice. And he's only on 2 hearts. Should be fine. Not sure what chords he's supposed to be digging to here. I like the Gapple play. And yeah, I mean, they're both heading to chords. Both decided to take high terrain here. Will Lowkey find this ravine that Doogile found? Looks like it may be. Or he's just digging down here. Okay, so Doogile is offset on these chords a little bit, so he has to dig sideways while Lowkey's digging straight down. This is going to be really, really close, Nerdy.
Yeah, that's...
Doogile is 25 blocks lower. He's at Y40, but he's got to dig down, and he gets there first, barely. Lowkey has 15 more basalt blocks to dig. This is literally 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 15,
Yeah.
but I mean... It could be it. If it's a fast preemptive, if it's a 0, you don't want Doogile in the stronghold first. I'll tell you that. Seeing some of his 0 clips on his second YouTube channel, like it is just insane what this guy pulls off. I would not want to let him in the stronghold first, or anything like that. But
So far,
struggling.
though...
I mean, struggling a little bit with the nav, and it looks like Lowkey's committing to top left. Turns away. Doogile finds it off of 5-way.
Okay.
Not sure where from. Lowkey's going to
Why?
also commit to this bottom left area. Are we going to see a game 5? Is it front? Is it back? 4 bed, 1 anchor. He's not going for it.
Oof.
Lowkey has 1 bed, 61 string. Lowkey can go for it. Not sure where the difference in trades came from. But if Lowkey can find this portal room quickly, I think he's not trusting his preemptive though. I think he's heading right now. I think it was
I think
left.
he's off,
So.
yeah. I think you're right. I think it was left, if I recall.
Doogile was able to find it though. So if Lowkey can push through and find it and hit the 0, could end our best of 5 early. But Doogle's got crystals down. He's not just like whiffed the 0 and waiting for a perch. He has actively improved his chances with half bow.
Right.
So any one of these fireballs could be a perch roll. Where's Lowkey headed? Library. Creepers.
So
3
many
creepers. Handled them. Is that the snap in for Doogile? Would it have mattered? Doesn't look like it would have mattered. If the nav was much faster, it could have. But Doogile should be able to clutch this 4-bed 1 anchor and send us into a game 5. The 3+1. How crispy. And we're gonna see a seed 5. Potentially pulling off the reverse sweep. Wow.
This is one of those situations where I feel like mentally it is very hard to be in the low-key position.
100%.
In my opinion. Because
100%.
when you win to the point where you're, sort of 1 point away from moving on or whatever, I think it's very, very hard to start losing and then win. Versus you're losing and you're like, okay, I'm just going to try my best. And then you start winning, you get that momentum. And then to keep winning, I think is so much easier than it is to keep or to not keep losing, if that makes sense.
100%. Completely agree with you. And before we get into our seed 5, before we look at our seed selection, we should throw it to our bracket for just a minute to see the status of our games so far today, the game we still have left to play today, and what we have in store for you guys tomorrow. We can take a quick look at our bracket. Quist and Anko Boy, our first match of the day. Quist versus Diwo. Quist taking the win. Anko Boy taking the win against Automat. And now a 2-2 game 5 situation. Lowkey versus Doogile. Winner will play Quist tomorrow in the semifinals. And then our last game of the day, right after our game 5 coming up, is Silver versus Big Mungie to see who will face Anko Boy and be our 4th semifinalist. Every other match, both semifinals, the grand finals, and the 3rd place match will be all wrapping up tomorrow at the same time we started today. So that's what we have in store for you guys. We can throw it over to our seed selection, see what Lowkey wants to play for our 5th and final seed of our match. I mean, maybe a finals caliber level match in the quarterfinals. Both rank 1 players of season 2 and current rank 1 player of season 3. Reverse sweep on the line. Game 5 on the line.
I'm ready. This is going to be fun.
See what seed he picks. Ruin Portal. A seed he lost on. Didn't pick Buried Treasure. Interesting. Yes. Very interesting.
No, it is. That's surprising to me. So the Buried Treasure seed, when Duke started to win. Okay. I mean, So it's just generally lower food. You're hoping for. I don't know. This is interesting. You're hoping to get some food in the portal, but obviously it's not guaranteed. What do you think that this means that Lowkey is more comfortable with the low food kind of situation? I don't know. This is surprising to me.
It's possible, for sure. And I think Lowkey was much more ahead in the Ruin Portal seed and just whiffed on finding the fort and made it a lot closer than it should.
That is a fair point. That is a fair point.
But again, the fort shenanigans there aren't related to the overworld at all. You could have any nether paired up with any overworld. So the only thing you're kind of choosing here is the overworld type. But anyways, we'll just have to see the nether for ourselves, get right into it, get into our final game between these two titans. One of these guys will be heading home in maybe under 10 minutes, depending on how fast this Ruin Portal seed is. They get pretty crazy.
All right, and okay, nice. So
Wow.
carrots. So already this is like
Easy
for
food,
me, I'm
iron
like
pickaxe.
nice.
No, this
This is
is
a very
a
good rune portal.
very fast seed potential. And 8 golden carrots. They had 4 in a seed earlier, and that was maybe not enough. You have 8. 8 is very much enough for the entire seed. Even if you go the wrong way once or you take a little bit too much damage in the fort, 8 golden carrots is more than enough. The only mistake here I think I see from Doogile is not grabbing stone out of the bottom of the rune portal. He didn't do that in the last rune portal seed. And when he died in the nether and had to go back, he actually remembered to do it the second time around. So we will see. But I mean, going to be a textbook overworld. There's really no other decisions to make. There's no more food you have to grab. There's no direction you have to go for the enter. You're just in. I guess you got to make sure to grab the gold block here potentially, but that's it. Looks like
Nice.
they both are, and Loki's going to be a little ahead. Maybe the stone play. Doogle's trying to hit a Neo for the gold block and whiffs it. Unfortunate. Oh my
Oh,
god, he's on a tree? And he just fell off the tree. What?
can't fall here.
Oh, I see. Clutch did that. They did the same thing. Duo
I mean,
clutch
hey.
with the boat though. Again, 8 golden carrots. I mean, Lowkey ate 1 golden carrot and he healed like 8. All the 8 hearts are just back. So it's just fine. And I
I mean,
think
hey.
he's
All I gotta
spotted.
say, earlier, Doog hit the remember in a few games ago where
He missed the
Doog
boat
hit
clutch, but then he ran it
yeah,
back and he hit it again.
yeah. And so what I'm saying is this time Loki missed the boat clutch. Doog hits it.
What do you think that means, Nerdy?
I don't know. I feel like it means I mean, I'm obviously overanalyzing, but I feel like it means that Doog is more warmed up. You know what I mean? I feel like he's more ready.
Oh, Lowkey
Loki
taking
looks
a
a little bit.
little bit too much damage. Is there
Yeah,
looting in this room portal for Doogile? Oh my god, there was a sword though. Curse of Vanishing. And I think he has 20 golden carrots now. I think he
that
picked
is
up
crazy.
12 from the bash or the room portal chest. Which
That is
again
crazy.
shouldn't really matter. I guess he got an extra gold block. Again, shouldn't really matter. Different routes coming out though. Dougal taking different terrain.
The
Hoglin.
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 Oh my god, that scared me.
He's good. He's good. Handled. Can do a manhunt, mid down, variation.
Oh my god,
And
taking
he's
a lot of damage.
definitely behind in pace right now. But is he going to get
Yep.
more pigs from this manhunt mid down? Is the extra 12
Oh.
golden carrots? He burned his gold blocks.
Oh
I
no.
I think he thought his blocks were in a 7 slot or
Maybe I
something.
did. Maybe I just cursed Doog. Maybe I just
I
cursed
think
Doog.
he's fine. I think he's fine. I think maybe he burned 1 of the gold blocks, but he had still 3 in his inventory, and he got an extra one from that ruin portal, so it's actually completely even in gold block count. And yeah, I think he has 19 golden carrots now. Like he could just throw out the other ones that he got. I mean, obviously you wouldn't. Yeah, he has 12 more sitting in his inventory. Oh my god. I wonder if he will notice though they're there and stack them together. Oh, he does. 19 golden carrots. Well, if there's ever a seed to aggressively pearl, this is the one. Is Lowkey leaving? Is he done? He's done with trades. Wow. 88 string, 2 anchor potential. That's enough to 0. And he is by far and away ahead entering this fort. But by how much? Doogle's trades are going. He's got a lot of pigs here too. Doogle's leaving as well. So not that much difference in the time, but
there is that difference, you know?
so fast, yes, and so fast from Lowkey. That's all you need. If you're in the end 10 seconds faster and it's both zeroable, that's
Yep,
it. That's all you
exactly.
need. I mean, unless you do like a 9-bet 0 and the other person hits 4-bet or something, like it just comes down to seconds at the very end. It's can you keep your time save? Can Lowkey keep his time save? But look at Doogle's strays here. We'll see. How many beds? Dougal has 5 beds and 3 anchor potential. So also zeroable. from Doogile. Looks like they're playing the same spawner though. So not gonna have too much variance unless Doogile commits to some strays. Just the one, maybe more over here, but a little scuffed with Wither Skelly moments.
Oh,
No
can't do that trick.
ceiling. Backwards as well, another Wither Skelly. Lot of time loss here as opposed to just having the blaze.
Yep. Maybe you can make something work though. Maybe okay.
Oh,
Here
a
we go.
lot
Some
of blazes over
strays.
here though, so it was potentially worth it. But Lowkey is out on 5 rods.
Wow. Yeah.
Dougal's got 4. Well, he's got 3 and the inventory. Okay, well, he has 4 now. So I spoiled the
Now
blaze
he has
drop.
5.
1,500. Not good offsets for Lowkey. He's going to throw 2 eyes. Could be some time loss.
6 rods for Duke, and he's gonna blind out here.
Yeah, and Lowkey only has 5. And he's going to pick up his eyes here in the ocean, and they're at completely different spots. Another ocean blind, though. 3rd room portal for Dougal potentially if he wants it. He has seen 3 room
Gotta
portals
come
and
up.
used
Gotta
2.
maybe. Hey, you never know. Maybe he needs another 15 golden carrots. Personally, I might need that many.
It's the correct 100% one eye. Throws the pearl up, grabs the eye. This is much closer than we think because he is going to second portal chords.
Yes.
Lowkey has to get another rod,
Yes.
which should be from this blaze, and it is. This is insanely close. Both runners currently traveling to second portal chords
This might be the closest match we've had all day.
within seconds of each other. Heading back towards the bastion. Getting that golden carrot heal in. Yeah, same pearl, same direction. They're going to the same spot. In the same
I think
10,
Lowkey has a
15
little bit of an edge.
blocks away from each other. Not sure how far they have to go.
Who's gonna enter their portal first? Put your guesses in right now. Who's gonna enter their second portal first? I'm just saying.
I mean, it's
I'm
Lowkey. He's already building it. This
Okay. Well, that was too late. You guys were too slow. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I thought that would have been fun, but then it was just like really open terrain.
It's just,
sorry,
it's
guys.
going to come down to nav, and it could come down to who does setup lists better. Like, who's able to just completely whip the enter. It's seed 5, Nerdy. You're 2 seconds behind entering the stronghold. Like, what are you
It's
thinking?
insane. I don't know. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. It is actually neck and neck.
Both naving in the exact same spot. There's the random spawner, but no actual spawner, just the spawner terrain. Both in the same 5-way. Dougal turning back and going up. Lowkey looking down here for some light. Wow! What a wormhole to the portal room. That could be it. Wow, what a find. Is it over? Is it zeroable? Front.
I think.
Looks kind of easy. 93. 97 gets there. Enough time. One more rotation. It might be it. I don't see how he messes it up. I think it's over.
Looking good so far.
And he's got beds, he's got more anchors.
And this
Gonna
might
just be off the 6th bed, and that's it. Wow. It's over.
Out of the tournament. Lowkey wins.
Our
Fantastic play.
semifinalist from season 1, current season 3 rank 1 player, out in the round of 8 to the 1 seed. Lowkey thwarting the reverse sweep. Wow. 9-minute seed. That's all it was. It was 10 minutes from the start to the end. Just a clean, it's all Lowkey had to do. Clean Minecraft, and it was so close the whole time. Like, I mean, the finding stronghold split's a little disingenuous because Doogile did it on 6 instead of 5, but like, wow, man. 4-second difference entering the stronghold, and Lowkey just hit the nav through a little bit of a cave wormhole, maybe a little more confident on his preemptive, but I mean, what a series as well, man.
What a fantastic set overall. I mean, just great plays. I mean, there were some mistakes, of course. Seed 2, I think, was a little rough, but just through and through, just great plays, great decision making, great Um, I don't know. That was just a fantastic set. I mean, I love the back and forth games, of course, but I don't know. It was great to watch these two, especially, and I feel like this last seed was very, I don't know, representative of the set. These two very good players just going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, I think this
So,
was
yeah.
the best seed we've seen all tournament, potentially.
Yeah, I
From
agree.
the quality of play, the quality of the match, how close these players were.